now that we have all of our pieces turned, you can see all my little pieces are turned and ready for stuffing. We're going to go ahead and start stuffing our little pieces. One of the tools that I use for stuffing is called a stuffing fork. It's good to get up into the small places. And the other tool I like to use for stuffing is these forceps, like I used earlier for turning. So these come in handy for both things. So now I have my stuffing. So the first part that we're going to do is we're going to start stuffing up into this area and get that part done before we do the rest. So when you're using a stuffing fork, you need to pull off a piece, a small piece like that. You need to stick your stuffing fork on there and kind of twist it so that it kind of bunches up on the fork like that. And then we're ready to put it in. So then just stick it into the thing. Okay, so now it's there. But now I'm just going to kind of, using the fork, I'm going to push it up into the top so that that's nice and stiff up there. And then I'm going to keep doing that until I get to a point to where I don't need to, I can just stuff a little using either my fingers or that other forceps. See, using that, it makes it nice and firm. It gets right into those small places and it's real easy to do. At this point, once it's kind of now in a bigger spot, you can, you set that down and use some bigger, like the forceps, and bigger pieces of stuffing and stuff the items like that. I like to do that in the bigger areas. It goes a lot faster. The other thing you can do is obviously, you don't have to have these to stuff with. It makes it easier on smaller items. You can just pull off some with your hands like that, open it up and stuff with your fingers. So that's the other option. And then what I like to do is I've stuffed a little bit with the forceps, and then I'll go back and use the stuffing fork to kind of push it all down and compact it a little more. It helps me give this little guy, the ghost, some shape. So I'll just keep putting some more in here until I get him stuffed just the way I want. And by using this and compacting, you kind of making your item a little more stiff, a little more sturdy. He's gonna probably last a little bit longer than if you lightly stuffed him. Now, some instructions will tell you to lightly stuff items, so you need to kind of follow your directions on that, and that's included in all of our pattern instructions on stuffing. So I go back and forth. I'll use, the forceps, then I'll put in some like this, stuff it in, and then I'll go back and grab my stuffing fork and kind of pack it down until we have him ready for closing. So, if you get too much, just pull a little off and then keep stuffing.